Hello and welcome back to Sigh of the Abyss. So, we're still trying to gather information on that shady group, and we're now trying to see what Malak knows, based on his customers. The drapes that adorn the streets during the festival have already been stored away. Oh yeah, I was wondering about that, the festival is over. Huh. When you enter the Hand of Piety, you find it cleaner than usual. Livera? Malak stands up from the counter. His hands are muddy with clay, and a small block of it beside some tools are gathered on a piece of waxed paper. What are you doing? He plucks a small clay block from the counter to show you. Exquisite lines form the shape of violets in bloom. A tiny curl of clay is still protruding from it. You're making a stamp? That's right. Malak carefully removes the curl of clay and looks at his creation with pride. It's an old trick for us ink artists. It saves time to have a library of designs ready. Ah, but you're not here to hear me prattle on, are you? The ruffian that was bothering you, did he come back? Not him, no, but I have spotted some of his associates around. It brought back memories. When I was a boy, I would see them regularly in the shop, talking in hushed whispers with my parents. You saw how convoluted their record-keeping was, didn't you? It was done for their own safety as well. Has the miss with the many pairs of spectacles visited you again? Whatever he mutters in Javidian, it sounds awfully like a curse, which he doesn't translate. Your friend Silas was acquainted with her after all. Yes, she has been back. She has visited the shop more times than Miss Morani. That's an achievement, for sure. Why the sudden interest in these less than savory people? They have done something unforgivable, or the less you know, the better. I do get that reasoning. But I think if we want to... I'm sure he will help us regardless, maybe. But, if not, then really making clear how important it is that we find out who they are, we should go with. They have done something unforgivable. You tell him about the priest. May the Lady of Dusk welcome him among her ranks. Oh, also we want to expose the group, so for that, it actually makes sense for people to know what they've done. And it's not like it's only known by few people, like several people in the harbor witnessed it, right? Or witnessed at least the body. He looks at the wooden windrose on his desk and touches the gilded arrow, the one to the southeast. His whisper is in Javidian, a prayer to Sluk, you guess. Be careful in dealing with them. They're not all as agreeable as Silas is. Yeah, I guess as much. I know. Your concern touches me. I'll try. Well, you know me, of course I will be. Really? Are we always careful? I know. I must go now. Take care. What? Really? Ugh. Does anyone know anything? We knew they were dangerous, so... Okay, Again, I don't know if we can ask everyone. I hope so. But I feel like Nessa might know something, but yeah, will Nessa be able to share what she knows with you? Well, let's find out. You're the only soul outside of Nessa's apothecary. The light catches on the myriad bottles inside, turning the shop into a kaleidoscope of colors. Lapo is inside as well. You knock on the glass pane, and Nessa comes to open the window. What a surprise. She welcomes you in with a smile. Mike is balancing himself on one foot.
And you say it doesn't hurt?
It doesn't. Hello, Mike. Look, I don't limp anymore. He jumps a couple of times and scurries around the table.
Kid bones, go figure.
You'll be happy to know that I dispatched the first vials of the cure for death by blood to Santana. Any results?
Give it time. Let them take it first.
Okay, makes sense. That reminds me. Nessa, your old apprentice, the one who turned in your leave. She must have been familiar with this saying, "Your mouth will not betray me, your eyes will not give me away." Nessa and Lapo exchange a quick glance between themselves. The abyss within them thickens with fear. The kind of people who know about that are not the sort you should associate with.
It's too late for that. Her blonde friend is one of them.
Okay, so you guys at least know something more than the others do, right? Are you gonna share it with me, actually? This sounds like a talk for adults. Should I leave?
Stay.
Interesting. If you say so. Nessa, what do you know about them? Or Lapo, what do you know about them? Well... Interesting that Nessa would let him stay. Does that mean she's open to talk about it, or the opposite? Lapo seemed open to it. Well, we came here to ask Nessa, but Lapo sounded more open, being like, okay, Silas is with them. I'm sure they both have seen something. I'm gonna go to Lapo, just because of what he said.
The less questions you ask, the more agreeable they are.
That is how they have infested every nook and cranny of the city, yes.
Live an honest life and you'll believe you have never met one. Grow old and crooked like us.
Watch it, Lapo. He ignores her warning.
Grow old and crooked like us and you'll realize they're the only ones who sell what we're buying.
Care to elaborate? What is it that they're selling, Lapo, or what is it that you're buying, Nessa? These are all variations of the same thing. Let's just go in general. Care to elaborate?
If you need corpses, or blood, or poppy milk, and ask no questions, they'll provide. Good enough for you?
I am disappointed, or I understand. Disappointed? I mean what? That's the thing. If you need corpses, like, that sounds bad on first instance, but like, for what? If it's like for research or whatever, then that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm gonna go with I understand.
Does it look like we need your approval?
He might not, but Nessa does. She releases the tension in her shoulders. Say I want to get in touch with one of them.
Your blonde friend is already one of them. Ask her.
Right. I must go now. Why are we so quick to leave? Farewell. Man, I don't know. It's good to make our stance known, but I guess it's the same, like, pause as we had before. Let's see what that book Maraneas is. A book from a distant homeland. That evening, when you return to your chambers, a sealed letter awaits you on your writing desk. The blue wax shimmers in the candlelight, begging you to break the seal and enter Marani's quarters. There's a book under the letter. The sturdy cover is embossed with an ornate frame that reminds you of the embroidery on Marani's dress. Stories of the Gangaridae is the title, and Savani is credited as the translator. You take the book in one hand and break the seal of the envelope. Marani is lounging on one of the sofas with her own copy. Levera. Oh, why did you bring the book with you? Your copy is a gift. She marks the page with a golden bookmark before closing the tome. I didn't know Savani spoke the language of Gangara. He does not. The book is the translation of a translation, from Warit, I believe. Her lingua makes you feel overly stiff in comparison, so you take a seat. I have been devouring the stories within. They are quite different from Carolisian tales. You steal a glance at her copy. She placed the bookmark around the middle. Do you recognize any of them? Am I disturbing your reading? I mean, she invited us, so Vanni kept himself busy, I see. Is that of interest? We already kind of, resolved his storyline, I think. So, do you recognize any of them? Her smile grows unsure, forced. Unfortunately, no. Shall we read together, one page each? Sounds lovely. Why don't you read for me, or I can read for you? I mean, I like reading, but sure, one page each sounds good. Sounds lovely. She seems pleased with your answer and opens the tome at the bookmark. I just started reading this one, The Marriage of the Sage and the Lady of Vipers. I hope the title was lost in translation. You take the book in your lap and angle it so both of you can read. And look puzzled at the very first word, a proper name left untranslated that you don't know how to pronounce. Jarad? Jarad Karu? I myself do not know how to read it. Her smile is distant and sad. It doesn't matter. Let's agree on a way to say it and continue. The story is about the wedding of the sage Jarad Karu with Our Lady of the Vipers. A particularly florid paragraph describes in excruciating detail the extravagant dress of the bride and her many ornaments, including an elaborate pendant on her forehead reserved for special occasions such as... Marani snaps the book shut. The abyss within her unravels for you, showing you a glimpse of her turmoil, of her shame. She quietly reaches for the chain that keeps her pendant connected to her veil and removes it. I didn't know. She slips the piece of jewelry into a fold of her dress. I thought it would be an everyday kind of adornment. All the Gangari women I ever saw depicted were wearing it. Marani, it's all right. You didn't know, or you don't need to justify yourself to me. Both. But yeah, you don't need to justify yourself to me. I didn't know either. You're very kind in the face of my ignorance. If visitors from Gangara were to see me in the streets of Karalisi, how do you think they would react? I don't know. By calling you sister and approaching you, I think. I don't know enough of the customs to make an educated guess. That's the most reasonable one, I suppose. Negatively judging from your question, I don't know. Also fair. I don't want to be negative. I mean, again, I don't know, but I feel like I want to be uplifting because she's so unsure, so I'm gonna try and be positive by calling you sister and approaching you, I think. Her face grows sadder still. Damn. And what would they think of me when they realize I do not speak the language? I am an imposter who tries to grasp at the very roots I'm cursed to never understand. You are not an imposter, Marane. I feel like one. I am terrified of meeting someone from Gangara. They will see that my dress is wrong, that my name is wrong, and that I might look like them, but I cannot speak with them. There is nothing wrong with your name. Gangaride and Carolisi will probably have a guide. Why do you think the Gangaride would be hostile to you? I mean, a name is a name. I'll probably have a guide. Makes sense. Yeah, why do you think they would be hostile to you? Kind of afraid this is more of a negative choice, but I'm curious. She doesn't have a good answer. If anything, I think they'd be honored, or she does not have an answer, but neither do you. Well, no, let's say something. If anything, I think they'd be honored. Honored? You go to great lengths to experience Gangara all the way from here. How could they not feel honored? Honored. She wipes her eyes and stands up. Allow me to busy myself for a few moments to save face. Would you like some cha? Yes, please. Having something to do makes Marane regain her composure. She summons a low table and exquisite glazed earthenware that gleams under the night sky. There aren't many dried leaves left in the silk pouch. She sprinkles a couple into each cup, then pauses. In one of the stories from the book, the spiced cha is prepared with milk as well. A nice chai latte, please. Her finger hangs in the air, ready to create scalding water. Let's try it with milk then. Tears flow from her face once again. Thank you, my friend. It's kind of uncomfortable, but I get it. She leaves briefly and returns with what she needs to prepare the cha, following the recipe in the Gangari book. The brew is so bitter that Marane needs to infuse it with beet sugar. Your second cup, this time prepared with sugar from the start, is rich and flavorful. I take it that your studies with Nessa... They are proceeding at a glacial pace. She takes a sip. The magic of the abyss can only be tamed through pain or pleasure. I only need to wait as a night for my moon to provide the blood and pain I need. I see. Should you feel sorry for her, or... With a chuckle, she hides her face in the cup. You spend the rest of the evening with her, enjoying the Book of Gangari Tales and the cha. Before wishing you farewell, Marane leaves you with a question that you have quietly asked yourself several times already. I wonder what brought me to Carolisi all the way from Gangara. Have you ever tried to find your parents? I was an orphan when I was admitted to the halls. I doubt I'd find much. Don't forget your own copy of the book. You return to your quarters with the tome secure in your hands, eager to learn more about Gangara as well. Okay, that was nice. The prodigal one watches as the rays of the full sun nurture vipers among the herd. The vipers strike, yet the prodigal one does nothing. The vipers form a nest, yet the prodigal one does nothing. The vipers poison the herd, yet the prodigal one does nothing. Those ruffians have been allowed to fester by inaction. The abyss fills you with a sense of agreement. To be numb to pain is an affront to the abyss. To be numb to pleasure is an affront to the abyss. Harbinger of the darkest hour, no heavens nor hell shall abate your zeal. May the blood of your enemies paint the streets red. Oh dear. Okay, that was a bit more direct than what it's previously told us. Huh. So, well, again, we don't necessarily have to do exactly what the abyss tells us. If it's like, I don't know if we have a choice between just exposing the group or slaying them. Well, morning comes. You have been pondering what you know of the ruffians all night long. Regrettably, it's not much, I was about to say. One thing is certain, dealing with the scoundrels directly would be unwise. A knock on the window snaps you out of your reverie. On the window? You look out of it. Silas is waving at you with a pebble in her hand. When she finally manages to shatter the window, is she counting on you to shield her from Ascanio's wrath?
I'm on my way. Hey. I need to tell you something. Because I know, I don't want to, but I know it, that among all of us, if there's anyone who can deal with them, it's you. It's their name. Our name.
She takes your hand, raises her index finger to draw your attention to it, and begins tracing symbols on your palm. No, not symbols. Letters. L. A.
Laverna.
The power of names. Learn the name of the ruffians that keep the city in their... That was quick. But yeah. We have a name. Seemingly by reflex, her teeth clench.
Not so loud.
And why the name?
I told you, right? How there was this woman that had enough. Her name was that, and with time it became sort of a title and the name of the group.
Now that you have a name, all your garbled ideas about your course of action become clear. You could ask Elfion for help, have him use his magic to spread their name far and wide on your behalf. Morane could try to help you find their hideout. And you know that Renza has been buzzing around Malak's shop. She could lead you to it.
Whatever's going on in that head of yours, it scares me.
I mean, same. I have no intention to harm you, or it should. What? I mean, it should scare someone, but not Silas. I have no intention to harm you.
Yeah, I hope so. After everything I've done for you.
She elbows you in your side. The mirth suddenly drains from her face.
Silas?
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
What is this abyss that gives you magic? Because as much as I wish you were sent by the goddess, you aren't.
You and Morane have shielded her from the truth time and time again. No, I didn't. Was it for her own sake, or your peace? What happened to your no questions policy? It's best if you don't know or tell her what you know. I mean, I was being as open as the game allowed me, so I guess I'll keep with that and tell her what I know. You collect your thoughts to offer her the best explanation you can.
I hail from a womb that is dark and comforting, just like the shadows that conceal murderers and thieves. The abyss revels in the night shared by lovers. It festers in the death rattle of those that have been forgotten. It lodges itself under their nails like soot after a long day of work.
Sorry about the background noise. The abyss is what embraces all mortals after the last breath, but you do not say that out loud. Celeste doesn't know what to reply. She looks over the symbols of the goddess embossed on the wall.
And where are the ladies and all of that?
They are not or in compassion and retribution. Ooh. Yeah, I didn't think about that when trying to be open with her. Like, I don't want to interfere with her faith, but also don't want to lie. I don't like this. They are not so harsh. This may be like untruthful or something, but I'm gonna go with incompassion and retribution. She thinks for a moment until she is satisfied with your answer. The abyss and the full sun can coexist in her mind, it seems.
I have places to be, sadly. Thank you for giving the answers. I'll pop back in a few days to check on you.
Take care out there, Silas.
She runs off, leaving you in the sun-drenched foyer of the guest house. You must act on the threat of the Laverna. Consider your options and strike. Oh dear, I don't like the sound of that. But yeah, we got answers, and we gave answers back. That's just fair, so yeah. Oh, okay, that's what we were told before, right? So Alfion's song. Alfion is always happy to help you, so he could help us spread the word. Marane's gambit. You are certain Marane wishes to find the lair of these ruffians. Oh, Malak. Divinity confronted. Malak has encountered them before and carries a powerful ally within. Right. Oh dear. What do we do? I also don't like that. I don't think I can save here in this screen, so what to do? I'm really not sure with the whole Malak thing, like what we can do here. And I wonder if it's also in quote-unquote issue that we didn't spend a lot of time with Malak before. Like, we don't have as close of a relationship with him as we do with Marani and Alfion. I don't know if that factors into the story. Maybe not, because romances are optional. Well, doesn't need to be the romance, but just the general relationship. Anyway, so do we want to find the lair, or do we spread the word? Spread the name? I feel like that's more dangerous in a sense. For Alfion as well, not just for us. I assume he can take care of himself, but I don't know. I feel like finding their lair makes more sense if we want to strike, as the game said. But do we want to do it with Marane? Or via Malak and probably Renza, who's there? I don't know how much Marane can do. So from the way it was presented just now, I would think here with Malak and then Renza would maybe be the best option. But again, I don't know if it has anything to do with us not having a super strong bond with Malak. Yeah, and this ally within, we don't know much about him, especially. Oh, this is tough. I don't know if it's an all roads lead to Rome kind of situation, or if we can actually make a bad choice here, so please bear with me. To find the lair. Yeah, wishes to find, or can she really help us? This is I guess I'm gonna try with Malak just because it seems to be the most direct lead with Renza. I'm gonna try. Over a steaming tisane, you mull over what Malak has told you. Renza, of all people, is a regular at his shop. Yet you know her base is in La Marina, and she bears the paleness of an artisan focused on her craft. You can hardly picture her baking under the sun on her way to Caralisi. You steep in your thoughts as the lavender does in hot water, and conclude that a visit to Malak is in order. The hand of piety is closed. Heavy velvet curtains are drawn to hide the merchandise from sight. Strange. You circle the building and enter the shared courtyard. Malak is there, in his Javidian robes instead of his usual attire, talking with someone you assume is his neighbor.
Have you gone to visit them yet? I have not.
The old woman clicks her tongue in disapproval.
It was your poor mother's last wish to see you, you know. Don't make her wait too long.
With that, the neighbor closes her window. Lost in her parting words, Malak bites the inside of his cheek, still unaware of your presence. Malak? The abyss within him is a dark pit of guilt. You don't have to do what she says. That must not have been pleasant for him. Give him some space. Makes sense, but like, we kind of have business to attend to. And maybe we can get him on, like... wow, words. Like, distract him. So just Malak, or you don't have to do what she says. Sure, let's be direct. You don't have to do what she says. Your voice startles him. Don't let her guilt you into hurting yourself.
If I were a butter son, I'd have a good reason for not going to the cemetery, but I don't.
He doesn't need a reason. You know the complicated feelings he has around his parents and the legacy they have bestowed upon him. Don't say that, Malak. I have seen how potent your grief was. That is what makes you their son, not a visit to their last resting place. He agrees with you with a bittersweet smile.
I was hoping to run into you. I'm headed to the Palace of the People.
That's why you're wearing your robes. You haven't seen him don them since his uniform was completed.
Mine's a desperate attempt to sway their first impressions in my favor.
When you put it like that...
Have you ever been to the Palace of the People?
He's inviting you to go with him. Scirocco might be there. Would I be allowed to accompany you, or it doesn't sound like the place for me? I have no idea. I don't even quite remember the details of that place, to be honest. Would I be allowed to accompany you?
I believe so. Besides, I'm headed there to ask their help with the scarred ruffians that earned your ire. They might know something.
In that case, I'm coming with. It's not unusual for Javidian men to wear robes in Caralisi, and while some glances linger more than usual, nobody avoids you and Malak or stares at you. What is the Palace of the People, exactly?
Thank you. It was still being built when I left, so I'm not privy to the details. I know that it serves as an embassy and a school. And despite being in Caralisi, its grounds follow Javidian laws.
How come?
Banu Javidya is a people before being a land. It's even in the name. That's why the embassy is called that.
You cut through Atri's Rest and continue towards the outer wall of the city.
People there will call me Malak.
I'm sorry if I cannot make a distinction there. Malak against Malik. Just like Shiroko does. Right. Should I call you Malak or Malik when we're in there?
There's no need to change the way you say my name. I answer to both.
The dome of the Palace of the People glitters in the sun, pale like salt. When you step through the gates, you feel a comforting presence around you, the blissful emptiness of the abyss. A ward has been placed around the palace, one that welcomes you and Malak both. The courtyard that opens before you is a triumph of delicately carved brass, tiles shaped like the tides, and marbles of different hues perfectly cut together. Now you understand why Malak chose to wear his robe. You feel out of place. Yeah, we didn't even have our cloak with us. The shadow Malak casts on the ground suddenly spasms and splits without him noticing. The wisp that leaves him waves at you before running off. Was that Shiroko?
What do you think of the palace?
With wonder in his eyes, Malak smiles at his surroundings. It's beautiful, or I feel like an outsider. Let's not make our problem his problem. It's beautiful.
I wonder how it is on the inside.
There aren't many people outside. Some are lounging in the shade of the archways, others walk briskly from door to door with rolls of parchment stacked in their arms. Noisy streets today. A chorus of bell-like voices, children you'd say, reaches you from one of the windows.
They're learning how to count.
A strong wind suddenly picks up, dry and warm against your cheeks. Chimes sing the arrival of a storm, and all around you, the people lying down stand to their feet. Malak asks you something, but he doesn't realize he's speaking Javidian. The wind is strong enough to turn your hair into whips. You pull it away from your face, just as the gust slice the air in the middle of the courtyard. A tear appears, much like the one Mirane summoned to dispel the blaze all those nights ago. From the rift, an elegantly dressed figure steps out. Shiroko. All those bearing witness to him, all those who have rushed outside to witness his arrival, fall to their knees. As a guard in the flesh to all of them, Shiroko looks at you. Bend the knee or remain standing. Ooh. I guess just so as not to, as to go with the flow. I'll bend a knee. Why not? I'm not above that. His eyebrow arches. Is he surprised? Confused? When he addresses the crowd, he does so in Javidian, of course. The language is too different from Carolician, leaving you without a way to understand the envoy. Behind him, the rift mends itself. He begins pacing among the faithful and even passes you. Once again, the flowers embroidered on his garments catch your eye, so similar to those Malak carved on his own arm. The envoy's speech does not last more than a couple of minutes. After a particularly passionate bout, the crowd repeats something in unison, and most of the kneeling people return to their feet. Malak is not among them. Shiroko walks over to a woman and touches her forehead. Only then does she stand, and the two exchange some words before she steps aside. One by one, Shiroko rewards those still prostrated with his attention, until he reaches Malak and you, the last ones still at the entrance. His eyebrow arches once again.
Why bend the knee when we are equal in our favor?
You are both envoys. I mean, yeah, again, I was just blending in with the crowd. Read the room.
He touches Malak's forehead and says something in Javidian, which Malak repeats once he stands. "Follow me inside, please." Petrified by reverence, Malak silently nods. The inside of the palace is a marvel of white marble and tiles that remind you of the sea, blue and green like its waves, with streaks of gleaming gold. "I can finally meet you in the flesh." He's talking to you. Malak is at a loss for words. The very god that saved his life stands before him, talking to you with a familiarity he could never see coming. "What brings you to my domain?" "Malak, I think you should be the one to tell him." Honored by a gesture, Malak begins explaining his recent troubles with the Laverna. "Them, yes. A pest left festering. The prodigal one let their compassion turn into inaction." "Are there any similar groups in Banu Javidia, or have you always known of them?" That's a strange pair of questions. Oh, I guess it doesn't quite, I don't quite care if there's other groups because we're focusing on this one now, so... Have you always known of them? Alarmed, Malak looks at you, but Scirocco has not taken offense to your question. "They hide much like searing embers are concealed in ash. Their danger is known to me. You could purge them if you wished. Deliver each and every one of them to the dark sea of the eternal night. It would be your right as an envoy." "My approach is more subtle than carnage." Have we been talking to Malak about being an envoy? Because I don't think so. But okay. He's helping us, so he's entitled to know. Yeah, my approach is more subtle than carnage. Thank you. I want the entire city to know of them. Scirocco looks at you blankly. Why, pray tell? I promised the Admiral and the Minstrel to stay in the shadows. Did I? Okay. Until the darkest hour, when you will take a seat on the throne of charred corpses left in your wake. When you meet Malak's eyes, you recognize what's behind them. Fear. For the first time, he fears you. The will of the Abyss will be done. Must I drench the city in blood during the darkest hour, or I could still embrace mortality? Well, I know which one I won't choose, because so far I've not 100% listened to the Abyss. It's more important what becomes of the people here, and like my own fate. So, not this one. I could still embrace mortality, is what we've kind of been leaning towards, but must I drench the city in blood during the darkest hour is a good question. Like, do I have to go through with shit? I think that's an important question. So, going with that. Scirocco glares at you. You sound just like the prodigal one. Okay. It's not a compliment. Oh, clearly. Which explains your equally subtle approach. He scoffs. Did I not tell you that we are gods? Act like one. Why do you refuse your rightful place? You muster your courage before you answer him. I am the one who decides my rightful place, and it isn't on a pile of corpses. It is not me you must defy, but the Abyss. Yours is a dangerous gambit. One he seems to enjoy. I'm intrigued to see where it will lead you. He walks off, untethered from Malak's shadow while on Javidian soil. Okay, now I'm kind of doubting my choice here. If choosing between Alfion Morane and Malak is choosing between the between the Abyss or not. Like, Morane is for the Abyss, Alfion is against, or like, for mortality.
That leaves this one kind of in the middle. Maybe I should have gone with Elfion. If, again, like what she said now, the goal it really is just to make their name known, then we could have just gone with Elfion. Well, we'll see if something else comes of this visit here.
No harm will come to you, Malik. You have my word.
However, the offer of help that was hanging in the air has been rescinded. Once Shirako is out of sight, Malik releases the breath he was holding. Okay, so... yeah, I don't think he would have given us a better answer if we had chosen the mortality answer. And I wasn't gonna go with the other one, so that's that.
I had no idea your purpose would fill me with such horror, yet you reject your blood-soaked destiny.
It was never my destiny. He smiles at you.
To think that you have been concealing godhood from me all this time.
With nothing else to do at the Palace of the People, you leave for the refrain. Oh. Okay. Thank you very much. So is it one of the situations where we can choose everyone and it's just the order in which we do? Or is it because, yeah, we didn't get proper help there? That was disappointing. But oh well, we get a second chance and... yeah, now it is between, do we still keep with wanting to find the layer, so going with Mirane, or is that again something where we would need to choose the Abyss to really make progress? Or do we just want to get the name out and lean towards mortality and then go with Elfion? I wish I would know if we can choose everyone. Then it doesn't really matter. Wishes to find the lair of the ruffians. Can she help us? I'm still kind of doubtful of that, and again the Abyss thing. So... I'm afraid I will put Elfion in danger with this, but... well, no risk, no fun. Armin of Dusk died gruesomely defending the integrity of the temples, and the people of Keralisi are none the wiser. That must change. Who better than Elfion to help you undermine the Laverna's secrecy? You wonder if he has ever written a song before. Despite the way he carries himself, he has not been walking on this world much longer than you have. Let's see how good he is at rhyming. There is still the odd drape or two adorning the streets, remnants of the festival and of happier times. You still hear music, the gentle notes of a lute coming from a few streets over. That can't be him, can it? You decide to take a look. After a short walk, you enter a square bathed in the shade of trees. The washing fountain is one big splash as the adults wash laundry and children run around with a dog. Away from the rowdiness, yet enjoying every minute of it, is Elfion. A smile plays on his lips as his fingers lazily pluck the strings of his lute.
You found me, my dear.
Were you hiding from me? You made it easy for me. What are you doing outside the rose? Good morning. Let's be a bit playful. Were you hiding from me?
No, but seeing your eyes light up when they fall on me was pretty nice. I might try to make it happen again. I'd invite you on my lap, but it's unfortunately taken by another big love of my life.
Wow. He plucks the strings again, unnoticed by the family by the fountain. You sit next to him.
I don't imagine you came here to listen to me brood about all the things we'll never experience.
No, my dearest. He perks up when he hears the pet name. I came here because if there's anyone who can execute the plan I have in mind, it's you. I have learned their name. Laverna. His task in your mind is simple. He is to create a song insidious enough to plant, like a seed, the name of the scoundrels into the minds of the people. Once everybody knows their name, they'll be able to talk about them. What do you say? Are you willing to help?
You put a lot of pressure on me. My first song will have to be a hit.
First song?
Original piece, I meant. You didn't think I wrote Fiery Moonlight, right?
He puts down his lute.
It takes years to do what I do competently. I've only been around for 2, so forgive me for playing popular pieces instead of coming up with my own.
That makes sense. His frown isn't half as serious as he wants it to look.
Yours is a fine plan. I'm in.
Oh, okay. I kind of expected him to protest. Alpheon, thank you.
I will do my best for you and the city. Granted, my first original piece might not be stellar. But that is what the Abyss magic is for, right?
Is it? I can help you with writing the song, or can't it be all magic? Nah, that seems weird. I can help you.
Do you know anything about verses, stanzas, lyrics?
I'd like to think I'm good with rhymes. His smirk is as handsome as it is impish.
What rhymes with my name then?
Galleon. Champion is pretty close too.
You are good. We should start with a melody. Something simple. We can always make it ornate later.
His lute finds its rightful place back in his arms, and he begins plucking strings. You don't know much about composing, and are happy to give your reactions to the tune slowly forming. People doing their laundry come and go, and the bells mark the 13th hour before Alpheon is happy with the melody. I didn't know you were such a perfectionist.
It's my first song. I want it to be special. Just like I want our first everything to be.
Is that why you're avoiding my touch?
Having your hands on me would make it impossible to focus on composing.
After the melody comes the lyrics.
I'm quite fond of similes. Inspire me. What are the Laverna like?
I'd say birds of prey, like crawling insects, or like sharks. Not the insects, I don't know. I don't think that'll fit the song. Sharks or birds of prey? Let's go with sharks.
Fierce, ferocious and bloodthirsty? I can work with that.
He starts humming the melody with a pensive expression. Pretty.
Sharp teeth with which they tear right into the old priest.
No. How about bloodthirsty and with no fear?
Well, you don't want to paint them too positively, do you?
Turn it around then. The priest that showed them fear.
Passes under the old bridge like sharks as corpse they tear. Apart. It's awful to rhyme bridge with something.
You help him with the initial verse until he can sing it confidently without getting tongue-twisted.
You know, the subject matter might not call for it, but I find this fun.
Let's see if more songs will follow your first one. He rests his head against the tree. Despite being in the shade, all that singing has given his skin the sheen of exertion.
Truth be told, I have been thinking of maybe working on a little something for you. A serenade.
His eyes are heavy on your face like a caress. You lean forward and his hand cups your face. Maybe working on it.
You deserve perfection, and I know I wouldn't be able to create something worthy of you.
His thumb presses on your lips, feeling their shape. If his plan is to torture you softly with the promise of a kiss, it's working. Alpheon? Why must it stay a promise? His thumb brushes again against your upper lip. His touch lingers on your face a moment longer. Then he presses his own lips against his memory of yours, against his thumb.
We should really get back to what we were doing.
What if I don't want to?
My dear, neither do I.
You place a hand on his thigh. Underneath the fabric, you feel the firmness of his muscles, the slight give of his flesh. Then why... Ah! A splash soaks your back. You turn around and see two children giggle and hide behind the fountain. What did I do to deserve that? A bit of a coating error here. Alpheon slides a hand where your soaked blouse clings to your skin.
I could have splashed the front.
You would have liked that. Let's go back to the song. The second verse is the one that reveals the offensive name of the gang of ruffians.
I won't set myself up for failure and attempt to make a rhyme with Laverna. You should fear the Laverna, that is the hidden name, of sharks most sharp and devious, that inflict naught but pain.
Not bad.
I wouldn't make the song too long, just enough so it can stick in people's minds like honey. It needs to end revealing that the animals were people all along.
You should fear the Laverna.
Wait. Do not fear the Laverna for the last verse. Give the people some hope. Do not fear the Laverna, that is the hidden name of thieves, liars and scoundrels, beasts most inhumane. They steal some there, they kill some there, and then they skulk back in the shadows. But now you know what to call them to their itty-bitty face.
Itty-bitty face.
Catchy, isn't it?
Itty-bitty face deprive the ruffians of their secrecy. Okay, if the achievement says so. I like it, or I think you should make it less fun. No, I think if it is fun, it will stay in people's minds more, so... I don't know, it's not the best lyrics I've ever heard, but let's roll with it. I like it.
I'm not bad at this minstrel thing, huh? I'll work on the song some more on my own, maybe write something down. Say, where should I perform it?
Why not the Rose your usual? You can reach a large audience in Atreus Rest, or what's wrong with small squares like this one? Well, you can reach a large audience is very tempting, but then he is also really setting himself up to be a target, right? I guess it's wherever he plays, people will know it's him. Like, he doesn't look like the average guy, but... Tricky. A bit of everywhere, maybe? Can reach a large audience. I don't know, I feel like it's something that should maybe spread rather from something like the Rose or the Small Squares. But if we, like, that might also be more risky if, like, then people from the group learn of it and stop him before he can reach a wider audience, so... I don't know. I'm between the Rose and Atreus Rest. I guess we can take a risk and choose a large audience.
Do you think Achi would mind if I climbed her statue to protect my voice from above?
Alpheon.
She would. Not like that would stop me.
What happens if a Laverna watches you perform? Thank you for pointing that out.
Good question. Do you want them to know of the song?
They should know their name is public knowledge, or no, I would erase their memories of the performance. Interesting. I didn't expect that to be an option. But maybe it would be good if they knew, in a sense, that they can't hide anymore, you know? Also, it would be good for people like Silas, who are maybe just doing like petty crimes and want the word out, like, you know what I mean? Maybe that would help people actually, and also the group wouldn't be as reckless anymore, maybe. Oh, that's tricky. I don't know if we're, again, putting Alpheon in more danger, if we want them to know. Can I catch everyone to erase the memory, so... No risk, no fun.
I have one last question, darling. Say they start looking for the minstrel with the shimmering jacket and the peculiar hair. What then?
Yeah. Make them return empty-handed. Stay safe, I don't want them searching for you. Make them return empty-handed? Sounds weird. Make them return... Okay, to not let them catch him, but then that's the same answer, really. I guess stay safe, even though that will be hard.
As you wish. All that's left to do now is to set the plan in motion. I have a good feeling about this.
I don't know if I do, but we'll see. After hours of playing, his fingers are chapped. You examine his poor hands. It happened again.
Seasoned minstrels develop calluses. Mine never get to form, thanks to the abyss.
That's unhandy. The tragedy of having soft hands. You leave a kiss on his knuckles, such an innocent gesture, yet enough to make his breath catch. It's strange to see you at a loss for words.
As much as I love lavishing you with my voice, I need to preserve it for tonight.
Is that why he's whispering? Because all this smooth rumble does is set your greedy heart ablaze.
Shouldn't we head for the rose, have a drink, clear our minds? Please.
Sure. The lyrics of Fiery Moonlight, the poetic filth Alpheon so enjoys singing, are earnest in his yearning. How much longer will he deny himself by denying you?
I will escort you to the refrain.
Under the glow of the moon, the shadows that emanate from Alpheon are ablaze and reach out for yours with ferocity.
Good night.
He cranes his neck forward to leave a kiss on your hair. One for him, yet none for you. Tug his arm or let him go. Well, let's tug his arm. You tug his arm before he can part from you. Allow me at least one embrace. His starlit hair tickles your face. He welcomes you into his arms with a tenderness so fierce it steals your breath away. You can finally feel all of him against you, closer than he has ever allowed you to be.
Livera.
When he speaks, his chest rumbles against your cheek.
My arms were always meant to hold you.
He kisses your hair again.
Will you dream of me?
You can't, but neither can he. I will stay up if I must, to relive this moment all night long. He parts from you with a chuckle, depriving you of his warmth.
I shall do the same.
It's a moment of weakness, you think, when you see him hesitate. To lean forward and kiss you, or to step back?
Good night.
He cups your face once more and bites his lip and holds his breath. Then he steps back. He burns for you. Alpheon. You sear the image of him into your mind and treasure it when you return to your room, alone, while the abyss inside you holds onto the precipice of desire. Well, they really can't hide things from each other with the shadows, right? Okay, so it is a situation where we can go to all of them and just choose the order, I guess. Fine. I'll accept it. So, Mirani, can we find the lair with her? Footsteps from the hallway announce the presence of either a guest or Ascanio. One moment.
Good morning.
Come in.
I have been told you have kept yourself occupied. I hope you have managed to learn something about these snakes.
She approaches the painting on the wall to access the pulley system to the kitchen.
I have been bothered by something Silas said.
So have I, or it'd be heartless of us not to be upset. I don't know, weird choice. I don't know. Bothered by something Silas said, and then go into the it'd be heartless? I don't know. So have I?
Grant, I hope we'll be able to think together of a way to restore our peace of mind.
2 cups are already on the tray in the wall. She rings a bell and the ropes begin to move.
Why are the scoundrels targeting the temples again?
You have a good idea, or you forgot? Do I? Well, because of the things like Brother Mattia and the others said, or like their stance. I think we kind of know, so you have a good idea. Or is it supposed to, like, remind us? Isn't this just the difference of, like, it's Livera explaining it versus Mirani? I don't know, but we've heard before. I'm gonna go with you have a good idea. I believe the temples hide access to their lair. What? She smirks for a moment.
What else used to be a temple before being repurposed into a tavern?
The Rose? You think... Wait. The first time you went to the Rose with Silas and Mirani, the innkeeper insisted on asking her something.
I think the innkeeper's basement problem might be exactly what we are looking for.
I don't remember that at all, but this has also been ages ago. From inside the wall, the bell rings again. The rope pulls up the tray with 2 steaming cups and a bundle of herbs. Your cunning is as awe-inspiring as it is fierce. With a smirk, she places the 2 cups on your writing desk and dips the herbs in the steaming water.
I know.
The usual smell of the rose is drowned by the aroma of fresh bread and the tanginess of citrus fruit. There aren't many patrons around this early in the morning, and the innkeeper is quick to take notice of you. It was this easy all along? Huh. How long did Mirani know? Or guess it?
Elfian's not here if you're looking for him. You're treating him well, hmm?
I didn't know you two were an item. Oops. Sorry about that. The innkeeper looks between you and Mirani with a growing frown. We were trying to keep things quiet. Were we?
Oh, forget I said anything then. But... oh, hells. He's a grown-ass man. He doesn't need me to fuss over him.
Oh, but I'm kinda glad you do. Someone's looking out for him. That's good. Despite all his grumbling, the innkeeper likes him.
So, what can I do for you?
Mirani takes a step forward, confident as always in her splendid blue robes.
Have I ever properly introduced myself? My name is Mirani, Indigatrix Emerita of the Halls, Third of the Council, Hand of the Order, and Brilliance of the School of the Aether.
Interject or let her handle it. You do your thing, Mirani.
That's an awful lot of titles for a modest establishment like mine.
Don't sell yourself short.
I believe you requested the Hall's assistance some nights in the past. I did, yes. Never got a reply. Unless...
something with a pantry, a basement. Do tell. I'll see the matter resolved. The innkeeper yells for someone to take his place, and a younger version of himself, his son, you assume, walks out of the kitchen.
Follow me.
There's little reason for a tavern to have such a convoluted floor plan, but the Rose was a temple before being repurposed. I don't remember being told that in the past, but okay. New walls have been erected to slice a grand hall into small rooms for guests connected to one main hallway. Behind a drape, a hatch leads to the basement.
I don't imagine you have a tinderbox with you.
One isn't necessary. A spark flies from her hand to the torch stump on the wall. The light is faint, but is enough for you to safely descend the ladder. The basement is exactly as you imagined it to be. Damp, littered with crates and boxes, soaked in a sickly sweet odor. On the wall to the right you see the remnants of an arch filled with bricks and concealed with stucco. How old is the building? What is wrong with the basement? When did you turn the temple into the Rose? Well, let's get straight to the point. What is wrong with the basement?
Listen carefully.
Prompted by the innkeeper, you focus on your hearing. The fire of the torch sizzles happily, but you tune it out in favor of...
I hear water.
The sound is so faint it could be a figment of your own imagination.
Droplets falling. A distant rivulet. Between the canal and the proximity to the sea, I'm not surprised.
That is what she says, yet her eyes are fixed on the arch in the wall.
Sir, thank you for your cooperation. Are you going to do something about it?
Magic is not something to be shown so freely. Leave me and my companion here for a moment, and I shall see what can be done. With a roll of his eyes, he does as Mirani suggested. I get the feeling he's not used to getting orders or nicely done. Nicely done. You point at the walled-up arch. If that doesn't look like an entrance, I don't know what does.
If only there was a way to reach the other side.
Well, you squint to look better, and the darkness around you parts to show you a loose brick and the smallest of gaps. Reach the other side, or project your mind to the other side. I assume both will work, but... Let's reach the other side. Allow me. Because like the other one would make us like
leave our body here. And I don't want to scare Marani. You step into the shadows, commanding them to welcome you, and your body loses its shape to become darkness. Weightless, you spill through the tiny hall. Also, that way we should be able to actually do something over there, right? A tunnel carved through the rock welcomes you on the other side. The remnants of handiwork, a pile of musty bricks and tools still coated in rock-solid stucco, lie on the ground, covered in webs. Explore within the shadows or explore the cave complex in the flesh. If anyone is here, it's probably safer if we do it from the shadows. But we might actually find something in the flesh, something tangible. I'm gonna risk it and do it in the flesh. The shadows linger on you, begging you to stay, but you return to your body. Marani, I'm in a tunnel. As I suspected. From the other side, a voice sounds muffled. It hasn't been used in a long time. I don't see any footprints other than mine. What now? Let me find the exit before I come back. Don't get lost. Your footsteps make wet, echoing sounds. The air is damp and thick, and you thank the shadows for granting you vision, else you'd be blind. The sloshing and bell-like dripping of water is much more distinct on this side of the wall, a perfect guide to your ears. The caves are a maze that twists and turns and loops. If it weren't for the thin gravel and dust on the floor bearing your steps, you'd be afraid to get lost. Oh, but we're also leaving tracks. Empty torch holders are secured here and there, and there's a surprising amount of drawings on the wall, mostly obscene in nature. Where could I be? The air becomes briny after a series of turns. The ceiling grows lower until it becomes a crawl space. At the end, you see 3 thin, tall shadows slice the light. The exit is barred, and it shows a small walkway at the canal's mouth, where fresh water meets seawater. I wonder if it connects to the temples in the heart, too. With an alternative route secured, you retrace your steps in the dusty gravel. How much time has passed? The rose isn't far from the canal, but all the turns of the maze made you lose your orientation. Eventually, you reach the pile of bricks and the walled-off arch. The tunnel continues, unexplored, on the other side. You become one with the shadows again, and you emerge into the basement. I'm back. Not a moment too late. The innkeeper was becoming suspicious. Should I close the gap in the wall? Please do. I have found an alternative entrance. A gravelly sound accompanies the elegant movement of her arm. Like butter, the stucco roughly applied on the wall evens to fill any gaps. Tense like a bowstring, Marani awaits in silence for a couple of seconds. The warden should have come by now. She breathes a sigh of relief. Without an audience, such a puny display of magic is not worthy of punishment. Am I not considered an audience, or I'm glad? I'm glad. Okay. It wasn't that the lair is directly in the basement as in he's hiding it. That would have been weird, actually. Because he's been good with us. Good to us. You climb back upstairs. The innkeeper's pacing back and forth and approaches you briskly. Did you? You will have to place sacks of salt to remove the moisture from the air, but yes, the problem should be solved. I just realized we never talked about payment. How terrible. She takes your arm and pulls you away. The innkeeper is too dumbfounded to reply, but he does follow you. Just so you know, I can't. Look, this is a modest business. I can't pay like nobles do. I'm aware. Allow us access to the mezzanine, and I will waive payment.
Ah, of course, miss. As you wish.
Excellent. Incredulous, he watches you climb the stairs to the mezzanine. Wave at him or ignore him. Sure, wave at him. He waves back slowly before returning behind the counter. Tell me what you have learned. Your recollection is met with earnest interest and questions. Carving that maze under the nose of the entire city must have been no small feat. Could the ruffians have used magic to part the stone? I would have to see with my own eyes to be certain. She's not denying the possibility. Yeah, interesting. Now that you know how to access the labyrinth, what will you do? I don't know, man. I wish to know if it connects to what's underneath the heart. The tunnels you explored looked abandoned after all. Could they have been cut off from the rest? And with your magic, those curs will be none the wiser. Huh. Do you think I should tell Silas about it, or what will you do now? Both good questions. Do you think I should tell Silas? I will leave the decision to you. Why? Without the need to conceal your words, you join the other patrons downstairs. You part ways. She heads back to the halls and you to the refrain, both content with the knowledge you have acquired. Anything to eradicate the Laverna. Well, yeah, but it's still not a lot to go on. Like a maze of tunnels, that's not exactly like the lair location. I don't know. But I'm going to leave it here for today. I swear every time. I don't know, it's like baby steps, and it makes sense with people not being willing to talk, or the Laverna being so hidden. It makes sense that it would take us some time to get information. I'm glad the Silas came around. But yeah, I don't know what we're really gonna do about just a maze of tunnels and a name. It's something, but it's not a lot to go on. But oh well, that's it from me for today. As always, I'd appreciate if you'd let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.